live and move and have their being and limitless abundance. That was week 1. This means establishing a systematic giving practice as further evidence of living from greater prosperity instead of longing for it. Thus, it is supremely powerful to give of your time, talents, and treasure in principled and joyous ways. That was what last week was all about. To hold back in giving is to demonstrate that we are still stuck in the I don't have it yet mode of awareness, thus sabotaging increased supply. Wealth is a state of consciousness. That last piece is when I said, when I was talking about tithing, I said, okay, so if you think about tithing 10%, you go, oh my gosh, and you go to that fear, that's exactly what that is. I don't have it yet. To hold back in giving is to demonstrate that we are still stuck in the I don't have it yet mode of awareness. Can you feel that truth? Thus sabotaging increased supply. Wealth is a state of consciousness. The consciousness really must come first. And I said that while we're practicing this last piece, while we're systematically practicing our giving and all of this, we can do it in baby steps, and that's just fine. We can build our way up. When I first learned about this, when I first decided I was going to make a commitment, I started out at 2% of my income. When I realized the world didn't end, I went to 5. When I realized the world still didn't end, I went to 7.5. And when I realized it was still fine, I went to 10, and sometimes it's more than that. I no longer think of what I'm giving up. It's no longer, oh, if I give that much away. It's not that anymore. I write the check. I give predominantly here, but also to some other places from time to time as well. There's no longer that lack thinking. That's the shift that the consciousness makes for us. At the same time we're building our consciousness, we're doing the practices to help us. So tiny steps work as well. As long as we do it in that idea of the principled way that he's talking about up there. Where did that one go? There we go. Treasure in principled and joyous ways. Finding ways to give from our joy and from our overflow rather than being stuck in a limitation. It says to the universe, I don't have it. And really, we do have it. But again, we must be the ones to apply it. We must be the ones to practice it. There is no other way to do it. We have to do it that way. All right, so we can let that go away. So today is really just sort of to wrap it all up. This is what I'd like us to remember. The infinite potential is moving from the formless to the form constantly. Everything that we now live with, our homes, our furniture, our money, everything, at one point was not here. It was formless. The chairs you're sitting on at one point were not here. They were formless. The body you're living in at one point was not here. It was formless. At some point in time, that formless came into form. The same is for our money, for our health, no matter what it is. It was a formless, infinite potential that got called into being. You and I engage that every single moment of every single day with our thoughts, with our beliefs, with our practices. So if our practices are tightwad, what are we bringing from the formless to the form? Not very much, you see. So the formless, when I look at it that way, and I think of every single thing was not here at some point, and now it is. You can say, well, a person made that, but where did the wood come from? Where did the materials come from? You see, you can keep tracing it back. Formless became form. What form do we want to attract from the formless? That's our job. We're the ones calling it forth. We're the ones making it tangible. Formless, moving into the form, giving of itself freely. It's the law of attraction. It really is the law of attraction, which is the simple way to say it. What I know for myself as well is that while we are working our way into being fully actualized spiritual beings, we are spiritual beings now, we just don't really know it. The actualized, we're living from that place. As we're moving into that place, there's days and times in our life we're going to feel like I'm making great strides. I'm making great advances. Look at that promotion I just got at work. Look at that great relationship I just manifested. Yay me! And then there's going to be other times where we feel utterly lost. And that's okay. That's okay, because this is a journey. It's not an end destination. We are on a journey of unfolding. We are on a journey of evolving. And as we take this journey of evolving, we just want to stay consistent. So if you feel those days when you go, man, I feel really lost today, that's the perfect time to sit quiet. Who am I? I'm a child of God. But please don't get mad at yourself, because there are days you're going to feel lost. Be very gentle with yourself, and you feel like, where the hump is God today? Right here where I am. Still here, never left me. And then when you have the advances, celebrate. And that's what we're doing today. We are celebrating even the tiniest little steps. We are celebrating the journey of unfolding. Consistency, practice, step by step. We stay focused. We dare to believe that we can have greatness in our lives. Not greediness. That's different. That's part of the lack thinking. We already let that go. Greatness. We dare to believe in greatness. We dare to believe that we can have the best life that we want for ourselves. And we celebrate every tiny little step. Now, beautiful Sherry set us up with the idea of standing on the shoulders of that which came before us. And we are celebrating that today. Our title today has been Celebrate the Power of Our History. And this is where it comes in. This building was dedicated by Ernest Holmes himself in 1959. And what he said repeatedly is, a church is not a building. The church is you. And he spoke to the people who were sitting here that day, that night. The church is you. And those people had a vision, and those people had a commitment. That was 60 years ago. We just recently celebrated our 60-year anniversary. Those people had a vision. The next generation after that came into that vision. It's not just the building, it's us. It's the ministries, it's the music, it's the people, it's everything that we do here. And the next generation had the vision, and they kept standing on each other's shoulders, and as a few people would pass from the form into the spirit, the next generation would come in and extend on the shoulders. But all along, every single group had to have that same sense of vision and commitment to what it is we're doing here. So we're standing on all the shoulders of all that history. If you're brand new here, really take in the magnitude of 60 years ago, people had a vision. And here we are. It looks different, perhaps. The seats are different, the fabrics are different, but it's still this space. And it is still not just the building, it is us. So this whole program has been about 2 tracks. One of them is about increasing our personal understanding of abundance, and the second track is about abundance here at Harmony Center. So here we are standing right now today, and we get to ask ourselves, am I going to be part of this vision? Am I going to make a commitment to this church financially, with my time, with my talent? Am I going to make that commitment? Because none of it happened by accident, and none of it is going to happen by accident. It's going to happen by intentional choice on our part. So if you feel so moved, and this is completely voluntary, it is not mandatory. If you feel so moved, when you came in, you were given a purple card that says a commitment card. On this commitment card, you have 2 choices, and please only write in one space. You see that it says, I'm committed to my personal spiritual growth. Personal, I brought that down, to my spiritual growth, and recognize Harmony Center for Spiritual Living as my major source of strength and inspiration. Because I understand that my consistent support is an integral part of the center, I commit to 1, support the vision and ministries of Harmony Center in 2017 with a gift of X amount of dollars per week. Some people like to do it on a weekly basis. Or the second one, exact same words, per month. Not both, okay? It's the idea that if I say I'm going to give it every week, then I make sure if I say I'm giving $80 a week, I'm giving my $80 a week every single week, right? If I say I'm going to commit to $400 a month, I'm giving that $400 a month, even if I don't show up.